Hi everyone, today I am going to provide you a short review on Antec entry level 300 volts PSU. Before going detailed explanation is better we must find the difference between a regular power supply and Antec BP300P. As you can see, I have two PSUs in front of me, like one is a Antec 300 BP and this is a regular one PSU or a power supply, even you can say that. Regular PSU or a power supply that you purchase from market offers you 450 watts minimum. So you might be thinking that 300 watt in comparison to 400 is much lesser. While the regular one provides you a power flow but not the additional protection that your motherboard, CPU, hard drive, RAM and other components needs. Built with quality industrial standards and quality material, Antec BP300P is a small, stable powerhouse of your computer. Let's see a small comparison between Antec BP300P and a regular power supply. As you can see, the Antec 300P power PSU. Let's talk about the internal components of Antec BP300P PSU. Let's see the internal components of Antec BP300P. As you can see, these are the secondary capacitors of the PSU. This is the additional chokes and coils. You can see these two. This is a Emi filter, it's a fan controller, it's a main transformer, it's a main capacitor, it's a PFC coil. Then this you can see here, like this thing, is a protection IC. It's again a transformer. Now let's talk about what is the difference between the Antec 300 BPP and a regular PSU. As you can see, the internal components of the regular power supply here, that comes by default to attach many CPU cases or ATX cabinets. The second one is the Antec BP300P. You can clearly figure out which is much better just observing the body. Antec designed BP300P with a motive to give clean power flow. A regular power supply lacks better technology and it's not capable of protecting your internal components for various power issues. As I had already mentioned above, the components were highly affected due to power fluctuation is CPU, motherboard, hard drive and RAM. So by using a regular power supply, you are putting your entire system on risk. Antec BP300P has better design, wider fans, you can see here, and advanced internal components. For example, let's look the power connector. This, even you can see a small metallic pins this side or a connector on the back side. This is called the Emi filter. This thing helps the PSU to pass clean current to your system. In many places we face common issues of power fluctuation. Emi filter regulates the current flow. It converts the existing power to clean current in support with other components without hurting your internal components. For a PC, power fluctuation is the main cause of hardware failure. Also, this fluctuation is not good for the power supply. It can damage the internal circuit and it would be dead before time. So there are chokes and PFC coils, as I already talked about it, which offer more endurance. Overheating can destroy them very easily if they lack quality. Sometimes due to gaming or high PC usage like servers, the motherboard draws more power. If the PSU has a poor quality coils, but Antec BP300 is very good as compared to other coils of the PSUs, as you can see here. This will not stand for a longer time. Antec BP300P is capable of handling power fluctuation and also avoid the waste of electricity by drawing the only required power. As you can see, there are two PFC coils on the circuit near the heatsink. This is a heatsink, and one initial located near the capacitors. This one. There are more coils used on the circuit for clear energy. The next part is the capacitors. BP300 has two set of capacitors. The bigger one is the main capacitor. There are additional small secondary capacitors near the PFC coils. Capacitors are nothing but like a small battery that hold electricity in them. In regular PSU, as you can see, we have a set of big capacitors, as you can see here, and some small at the end. You can see here in regular PSU. While Antec BP300 has only single, having multiple capacitor doesn't mean your PSU can hold more electricity. It just increases your electricity cost. Cheaper PSU has multiple capacitor to hold power, which act as a fail-safe strategy of manufacturers to work even when it's blown up. This in return causes adverse effect on the PC hardware. Antec BP300P has one main and one additional 5V transformer to keep DC current flowing well inside through AC source. The last thing, which are quite impressive on BP300P, is a fan control chip and separate power connectors for fan. Antec has smartly designed the PSU to deal with the heat in case of high usage. This helps the components to stay cooler and offer longer life output. The dedicated fan controller chip regulates the power usage as per need, so that the consumption of fan does not remain constant. Antec BP300P is available in the market from 2000 rupees approximately, while the regular 450 watt PSU will cost you nearly around 500 to 600 rupees. But thus, these PSUs are capable of protecting your costly hardware, your motherboard, RAM, CPU and hardware. BP300 is just not a regular SMPS. It offers clean and current flow with better power processing for longer life PC.